Okay. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining our 10-15 minutes Zoom recording and live today. I'm a founder of Discovering You, digital platform, where our goal is to help people, organizations, to connect them with very international partners around the world from different industry who actually help us to improve our potential on different level. And one of the topic is goal settings and achieving, and in different level of our life, is it our personal goal, our professional goal, business goal, and our expert today is one of our partner, Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi.
Jennifer is a consultant of Proctor Gallagher Institute. And first, Jennifer, I would like that you can share a little bit about yourself, how that happened, and you become a consultant, why this is your passion for doing this, and what exactly you're helping your clients to achieve.
Well, so I think I'll have to start off by thank you, first of all, for the opportunity to share. So I come from an immigrant family who moved to the States, since the 1970s. And the way to come here is to fill the job market in terms for healthcare, right? So majority of Filipino Americans, they enter America in order, to fill the need for like nurses and doctors and all that. So I of course naturally went into that profession because my family didn't know any better.
Yeah.
That was success for them. And I became really good at work that I didn't enjoy. And that's where it began for me. And I was I didn't know what the alternative model was.
Yeah.
See, and I think a lot of people are trapped, actually. They're living a life they think they're supposed to be living versus what they truly want to live, right?
Exactly.
So what happens is we tend to chase the money. This will make good money, this will make it. And my behavior for success, because I wasn't programmed that way, I was programmed to be an employee, not to be in business with myself.
Yeah.
And so my husband, yes, it was my husband that brought it to my attention. I was taking a lot of classes on sales, a lot of classes on, building a sales team, et cetera, et cetera. But my husband brought it to my attention that there was a knowing doing gap, that I was learning a lot, but I wasn't implementing. And that was the mental block. That was the blind spot that was brought to my attention. And I said, oh my gosh, what's going on with me? So when I came across Bob Proctor, when he was lecturing live at one entrepreneurial summit, it was an online summit that I attended. He talked about the missing link.
Yeah.
The missing link between the mind and results, right? Yeah. So that's where, and then my husband saw how much I devoured the information. I just wanted to study it over and over and over again. And he said, you should become a consultant because you really love this material. And I said, yeah, you're right, I should. So I found my fit. I found my, my passion. I also grew up with a father that studied a lot of philosophies around the world. I grew up like talking about different belief systems, different philosophies. And so when I came across Bob's material, it was very familiar to me.
Yeah, definitely.
It's very, yes. So that's how I came to do what I do.
Great story, because as you know, I'm also a student of Bob Proctor, so for me, the material is really powerful, and I think it should be implemented on an educational level, maybe in organization, educational organization for people, for children, because exactly as you said, because today our quick Zoom live is about the missing link between setting and achieving a goal. So so there's knowing doing gaps, and this is such a key factor for anyone working in an organization, in any personality who do, and as you said, who's working just for the money, with no passion, with no doing something with where I'm going with this, what's my goal. There need to be a goal in life to to make it excited, to be creative and the process of creation. So my first question to you, Jennifer, is so what are the main factors that people, they're not actually achieving the goals, and they're challenging, they're setting up the goals, but they're not achieving, and why is that happen?
Right. Okay. So one thing we have to understand is that there are two parts to the mind, just to simplify it, right? There's a part of the mind that's called the conscious level, where we learn how to do something, we gather information. Yet on the subconscious level, that's what actually dictates our habits. So even though we're going to learn something like a skill on a conscious level, it doesn't mean we're going to execute it at the subconscious level. So that's the first thing. So the other reason why people don't achieve their goals is that in order to access the subconscious level, that's the emotional mind. So that person may not be really emotionally engaged with their goal yet. It's not fully in their heart, right? So they have to figure out a way to get more emotionally involved. They may have to tweak their goal where it has such a deep meaning for them. Like I was talking to a person yesterday who took a course in high ticket sales. Okay. A lot of adversity in his life right now, and he's just spiraling. Now, here's the thing, when we have a goal, he couldn't identify his goal, by the way. When we have a goal that's like, ooh, I want that, we're willing to take the hits in life for that goal. Yeah. It's like I said to him, why does a boxer get into the ring and be willing to take the hit and get up and keep on fighting? It's because the goal is that person wants to win. That person wants a championship. They want the belt, right? Yeah. So what is that for that person? So that's the other thing. The other thing that is a factor for failing in achieving your goals, that the timeline may be off. It's another factor. The other factor is that the activities may not be focused enough, right? So the discipline is a factor. So Bob will ask this, like, if you haven't hit the goal, the first thing is, did you really, really want it? That's one. Number two is, did you really go after it? And you have to be very honest about that.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And
yes.
sometimes the actions that we're doing towards the goal, as you said about the persistent, this is sometimes that people try to do, but the other hand, sometimes there are ups and downs or negative thinking, and they're demotivating. So my next questions to you is about tips on maintaining motivation, how we can stay focused, how we can be motivated all the time if you're seeing our goal, and
Yes. So the first thing is this, and you actually touched upon this in my study group this morning. We talked about this. This is very interesting. Whenever we experience, because this is life, right? We have ups and downs. So whenever we experience a negative experience, like maybe like a sales call didn't go very well, or like a deal didn't go through, or whatever, it's a good idea to actually revise the memory.
Yeah.
Think of it as if it did go the way you wanted it to, because it will immediately shift your energy and your vibration, and it keeps you motivated to keep on going. You see? So whenever we think of into the result that we want, it creates the right energy within us to keep on pursuing the activities in the first place, right? And the second thing I would say is you've got to really understand the mind, because Bob has said, if you don't understand the relationship between the conscious level, subconscious level in relation to activities and therefore results, it's going to be a hit or miss. So if anything, educate yourself on the mind itself, right? And when I spoke to this person yesterday, why he wasn't pursuing, right, this his dream, the focus really has to be, there are two people that exist within us, the old self and the new self, right? It's like the good wolf or the bad wolf. So I asked them, which one are you feeding? You're feeding the good wolf or the bad wolf?
Yes, exactly.
So when we feed the good wolf, we're talking about, that's gratitude. This is all habitual. It's gratitude. It's actually also thinking as if, and placing yourself in a position internally that the goal is already fulfilled. Because when we can assume that and we live in that energy, you'll be surprised at the activities that you do, right? So that, and also if things are really hitting you hard, like in a negative sense, It is what it is. You almost have to detach yourself from it. Don't get so emotionally involved with it. It is what it is. Harvest the good. There's something good is happening. There's something good is happening, right? Even with adversity, we are really learning so much about what we are really made of. Yeah. That's a gift. That's a blessing, right? So harvest the good and then forgive the rest. And so the next point is actually to forgive. You have to forgive yourself on a daily basis, right? Because we're on that, we're on that path to really perfecting ourselves, right? Our thinking and our actions, right? Exactly. And forgive ourselves and forgive others.
Yeah. Very good, exactly. I like it because, sometimes, as you said, if you're working sales or, in leadership position, you're setting up your goals and the way you look at this and how you're emotionally involved, and it's totally different thing. And sometimes we just need to keep being patient rather than, bringing the negativity things that can lead to burning out in the way of achieving these goals, and then bring negative results, and totally, the situation can be changed because we really didn't see the results, but we see this way, and then somehow the ups and downs can really influence our mind and body and everything. So I really like it that you said it.
Yes. Actually, I wanted to add to that too, Lisa, because I think you're touching on something really beautiful, is that with the ups and downs, we have to remind ourselves it is actually working.
Yeah.
It is all working. It really is. We may not see it like physically yet, but we have to understand there's so much more in the invisible that's at play that we don't see yet.
Yeah.
You see, so it's all working.
Okay, great. Very good. So what are the things to avoid with the goal settings?
Yeah.
How would you advise someone, or an individual or a leader or a salesperson, or anyone who wants to set up a goal? What are the things to avoid?
The things to avoid, I was thinking about this, is first off, this may be difficult for some people to hear, is not to be too logical with the goal. Yeah. Because if it's based on past results, and it's too logical, you could say, well, we could do this because we've done this before. We leave out the emotional component to the goal. We're leaving out the inspiration behind the goal. So we highly recommend that these are going to be goals that are truly based on desire and truly based on inspiration, right? So there's an emotional, you will tap into the subconscious mind actually at that point. You can actually do that immediately. So the other suggestion that I make for my clients is you have to release the how. See, the logical mind will try to take over all the time. How is that going to happen? Release it. You don't know how. The how will be shown to you. Yeah. Along the way.
But I think we're more worrying about the why, and that drag us down sometimes. And and then we're more anxious about the way we want to get there. I have that impression sometimes. I think so.
Yes. So it's more of like the what, like, if it's a material thing, it's great. If it's a status thing, that's great. Whatever brings you there, right? In terms of maybe it's an image. Some people are very visual. They can see things. Some people are not. Maybe they're more feeling. Yeah. Right. So so that's really what it is. So it's you have to almost, for people who are very analytical, it may be difficult for them, but remove the logic at this time and just identify what is it that you truly want and truly desire in your heart of hearts. Yeah, definitely. That is the key thing.
Exactly. And my last question will be then, what exactly is this knowing doing gap? How would you explain this meaning and this exactly?
So what's happening when you want to list your things of what will bring you to your goal, right? Right. And you look at this list and you don't do it.
Yeah.
And sometimes, we will create these scenarios subconsciously where, I have to do this first. We're distracted, right? That's really your subconscious mind. That's really what's causing it. So understand when we study this material, you know, about the subconscious mind and paradigms, right? These are the deeper mental programs in the subconscious mind that were placed in us when we were kids. We have to be very objective with ourselves. It's okay, if I say I'm going to do this, but I don't do it, then there has to be a way to reprogram the subconscious mind in order to do the activities that we know we need to do in order to be successful and to achieve those goals.
Yeah,
that is what the knowing doing gap. So that it's like, you know, Bob talks about this, where, you know, when you look at training, majority of training around the world, which is a multi-billion-dollar industry, it only hits the conscious level of thinking. A big part of the training must be the subconscious level of thinking as well, so that what's learned is actually executed.
Yeah, exactly. So I think very important, as I understand, is this not only, you know, when you're learning something or getting, you know, into your goals, because sometimes we're very into, you know, absorbing lots of information, but actually to achieve some goal, but we never, you know, working on that. I think that's the biggest challenge people are doing it, you know, in in businesses or, you know, their lives. So that I think this is a key to you know, and also sometimes execution is not easy because, you know, also there's some demotivation, or, you know, there need to be also I think huge motivation to execute something in a person.
Yes. To surround yourself with the right people is highly recommended. Yes. And of course that goal has to be well defined within that person, also emotionally, to have that plan. And Napoleon Hill talks about this, right? In Think and Grow Rich, you've got to you must reject all negativity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Great. I think if anyone will be interested in learning more about that, you have a great program, Thinking Into Results, which is, I think, the first step about that in terms of, you know, when someone has a goal, and this is like the C-level goal, which is really very hard to achieve. This is a perfect program that person can actually learn and change the paradigms and the way they think in a way to really get to their goal. So
yes, yeah, you have to uncover those deeper beliefs that are holding that person back, right? So then once we look at it, we can transform it, the actions change. And
I really recommend anyone, because I was setting up and then finishing the whole course. It's I think 6 months course.
Yes.
So it's very powerful. So I think anyone would like to get into the deeper, they can always set up a call with you, and you can, you know, go through in more detail about the thinking results. Perfect. Great. Anything at the end would you like to maybe share with the audience? I mean, I know sometimes there are very interesting books that you can I think you can start with, because we were mentioning Napoleon Hill or Thinking and Grow Rich. I think this is also something that clients can get, and I think some of them are getting with the Thinking Results together.
Yes, they do. Science of Getting Rich is another book by Wallace Wattles, and I'm just finishing up with my clients The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard.
Yeah,
it's a powerful book.
Power of Awareness. I have been reading it as well in the past, and yes, it's very good. Great. Thank you very much. I think this is a topic for anyone, because at the moment I have a feeling that the world changed a bit, and there's you know, new creative processes happening. People, I think, mostly will set up a new goals, and this you know, because of the situation, they need a new job. They want maybe set up their own businesses. So I would say never give up on your dreams, and just work hard, and you know, and understand the process of the paradigms and things like that. Great. Thank you very much, Jennifer, for today. I mean, you're on our platform, so anyone can visit you, book a consultation with you, and we are very often on our Facebook Discover New page quite also active. So I hope we'll do a couple of more lives and Zooms like that. And I wish you a lovely day, and thank you very much for your time today.
Have a
Thank you.
wonderful one. Thank
You
you.
too. Bye.
Bye.